Roadhouse, presented by GhostBed.com. Welcome to Drinkin' Bros. Fake news, kids. Breaking news, D'Anthony, to start off the day.
Yeah.
Chipotle is serving brisket.
I just ordered it.
Did you really?
Yep, for pickup today.
Is it to find out how fast a food item can touch your lips and then you shit it out?
Kinda.
Over under 21 minutes on something like that.
I've been taking really good poops lately.
Have you?
Like big ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's what I don't like. I don't want to shit 3 times a day.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that.
I don't
I
either.
want one where it's like 2 pounds of dump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I look down in the bowl and I feel like I've committed a war crime.
Yeah.
That's what I want. And then you feel lighter through the whole day. If sometime between the time you wake up and the hour or 2 that you leave for work or whatever else happens there, if you can take a very large dump, I feel like it just makes you lighter all day. Like it really boosts my spirits.
I feel, okay, so 1 dump a day would be great, right? And that's typically my norm personally.
Yeah, me too.
It would be great if it was before you left the house and got into the shower to start your day. What I don't like is a brown marker midday where you're just like, God damn it, man.
One where you feel like you need to take a shower and scrub out your butthole.
Yes, I don't want that midday. I don't want that as like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Especially in Texas. It's hot as shit down here. I don't want to be walking around with some swampy asshole in 115-degree heat. And then, because you can smell people. I smelled a man from behind in Circle K maybe 3 days ago. And I could smell his shit that he took probably 3 or 4 hours earlier just simply because he was sweating through it, like with his crack and fucking jeans and all that shit. And I was like, God damn it, man. I mean, I understand it and I can't be mad at it. However, I just don't want it to happen to me.
Well, I feel like that might be on you a little bit.
Why?
If you're close enough to someone to smell the shit on them.
No.
That's too close.
That's how fucking stanky it was, brother. It hit me in the face like Bird Box, dude.
Well,
the movie with Sandra Bullock, That was the last time I was that surprised at something. Was Bird Box, the famous Netflix movie with Sandra Bullock. That was the last time I was shocked.
I still haven't seen that. And I haven't seen The Quiet Place or the sequel. Not entertained by silence and blindness.
I don't know what made me think of Bird Box today. Well, I haven't thought about that movie. It was one of those things where you watch it because everybody else is watching. You watch it once and you're like, oh man, you're really rooting for whatever it is. Terrible ending.
I was rooting for everyone in the film to die.
I was rooting for the birds.
Dump out
in that one.
Lloyd Burke says dump out boys.
No, the Dump Out Boys would be great, dude.
That'd be a good one, yeah.
It's a great shirt. If you go mother to daughter with it, like you and I were talking about that, skin to skin, where you're dumping and then I crisscross your legs and dump between your legs and hold on. Just in a mother to daughter sitch like that. That'd be a beautiful way to dump out with a friend.
Yeah, as long as you don't poop on my dick.
Yeah, obviously.
I guess I could tuck it back a little bit, but then I risk pooping on my own dick.
Yeah.
I don't know which is worse, to be honest.
Oof.
Like, would you rather have your own shit on your dick or someone else's?
Great question.
I mean,
Great question.
Haven't you already?
Let's not be vulgar.
Yeah.
Okay?
Bob,
you piece of shit.
hey, there's a line and you crossed it,
Trying
Bob.
to have an adult conversation.
Sorry, as a father, I shouldn't have.
Jesus Christ, Bob. Act like you got a kid, Act like you got some couth to you, Bob. Let me know how that brisket is, by the way, too. It's Chipotle.
I'm excited,
I'm sure. So is our plumber here.
Another addition to the great lineage of Texas brisket. The Chipotle by I-35.
Our plumber is literally just watching this, salivating right now on YouTube, going, "Oh man, I think I'll be able to be there in an hour, 1 hour, and he can just bill us for that."
He's welcome for the work.
We're job creators here.
We are job creators, unless you're coming over from the other side of the border. That's our top story here. Maxine Waters, D'Anthony.
Yeah.
She says regarding the border situation and the men on horses with whips, that she hasn't seen it this bad ever since slavery. Or what was it? Slavery was, this is worse than slave era, is what it was.
Yeah, so she's got a really bad memory. She spoke at a press conference outside the U.S. Capitol Wednesday, held in response to photos and claims that surfaced this week showing Border Patrol agents attempting to corral some of the migrants flooding across the Rio Grande.
Yep.
The agents in question, everybody's seen this by now, were accused of, by some of lassoing and whipping the border crossers, despite the fact that they had in their hands not whips, but the reins
Of the actual horse.
of the horse,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
this story only exists. The only reason this story even exists is because the media doesn't understand how horses work, which is pretty funny in a way. What's not funny is that the Department of Homeland Security has now suspended the use of horses at the border.
You're kidding.
No. Until an investigation can be conducted. That's about the dumbest thing that I had heard up until that point. And then this woman started talking.
Yeah.
And she said something that was truly remarkable. Now, granted, she's 83 years old.
Yeah.
Senile, and she's been a dumb cunt for a long time.
Wigged up.
Before she was old, she was already a dumb cunt.
Mm-hmm.
But what she said betrays like a deep misunderstanding of history. She said that she had the audacity to say that what was occurring at the border was, quote, worse than what we witnessed in slavery.
Yeah.
Let that marinate for a moment.
Yeah. And she's black, by the way.
Allegedly.
Yeah. This is the craziest shit that I've ever. I say this every week. I don't know why we bother anymore in fake news. Every week I say the same thing. This is the craziest shit I've ever heard. It's not. It's going to get crazier next week. And just keep tuning in because it's going to be pure madness. Here's what I can't figure out. When Trump was in, we had the border shut down. AOC was down there taking fake pictures at the thing. You release the people in the cages and everything else. Maxine Waters, Chrissy Teigen was down there as well. Kamala Harris is in charge of the border. That's her thing. Mm-hmm. You've got to give a VP a thing.
Yeah, she's investigating herself right now, I believe.
Is that what it is?
Well, she said she's going to get to the bottom of what's happening down there in the border. Like, that's like...
yeah, you first you have to go, though. She knows that, right? You got to go to the border?
I mean, you might want to look into it.
So what I don't understand is none of them, not one of them, have been there yet, but they were there with the kids in the cages and all that shit. Surprise, the kids in the cages will still be there, by the way.
Well, not only have they not gone down there, right? That's one thing. But during the Trump administration, they certainly did. And now they're not going down there because, look, what they don't want is a snapshot of them next to a border patrol facility or a border patrol agent or an illegal immigrant, making it, because then that's the meme. That's the one that gets broadcast everywhere, and it associates them directly with the crisis of their own creation. Now, the far worse thing is how they're trying to obstruct other politicians from the other side and the media from actually documenting this shit. We heard it last week. Once all these people started showing up down there, the Biden administration's response was to have the FAA declared a no-fly zone.
Right.
So people couldn't fly their fucking drones overhead and capture the fucking carnage that was happening down there.
Yeah.
By the way, we got a report today from Health and Human Services that about somewhere around 30 to 35 children have been raped since January at these border crossing areas and stuff like that. So that's dope. The fact that they're going out of their way to obstruct politicians from the right or media people from seeing this stuff when it was the kids in cages and now shutting out the fucking airspace so people can't get in there and see it. Luckily, Texas DPS was like, oh, you can just come up with us in our helicopter.
Yeah.
Fuck the government, right? Which is pretty funny. If it weren't for that, we wouldn't even be getting coverage of some of this stuff right now.
No, not at all. And, you see these images that are coming in. They're not from the media. They're from Twitter. They're from people who were there. I don't know how they got the picture perfect shot, though, of the guy and the horse and the... It's like, pull up Drudge Report if you can, Bob, and put this picture up on screen. Now, this looks like fucking Ansel Adams was out there taking this one picture, and then that's kind of it, where you're like, how did you take that perfect picture of this? When we don't have pictures of literally anything down there, Shit, it was on the front one, Bob. I apologize for fucking you. It's the horse, the guy on the horse.
I'm sure it's on the front page of CNN.
Yeah.
You would think. Well, no, it can't be now because now they know it wasn't actually a whip, so they will have removed the picture at this point, but left comments like, well, you can imagine what they would have done if they did have whips. Like, okay, cool.
But the problem with this is once you say it and it's out there, there you go. Yep. Look at that. I mean, that is beautiful 4K footage right there.
So one, he's got two hands engaged. And when I say he, the Border Patrol agent, he's got two hands engaged right now. One is grabbing the dude who's trying to escape, and they're trying to detain him, which is perfectly legal to do, by the way.
Yep.
And the other hand is holding on to the goddamn horse. I'm not sure. Certainly, they didn't think this was a whip. Like, is the horse using his neck to whip him? Exactly what are the physics behind this accusation being made? And by the way, the Texas DPS and state police have made essentially a de facto border wall with cars for a couple of miles during that in that area where people are crossing, the Haitians at least. And the best way to push out and after you've created that fucking barrier is on horseback or using razors or whatever, side by sides, whatever, right?
Sure.
That's how you do that.
Yeah.
And now we've taken one of those tools away from them because some people did something and the fucking building fell down.
It wouldn't surprise me if they were a little horny to get on horses beforehand. If they were like, fuck yeah, let's roll.
Well, I mean, look.
Who cares?
Who cares? If you want, same thing with driving a fast police car. You want it, like, whenever I've been pulled over, I don't know about you guys at home, they typically wait like a good 10 or 15 seconds so they can just fucking gun it to speed up to you because you want to feel that power. Now, with the horses, yeah, dude, having a nice steed between your legs is a great feeling. But once you have that picture-perfect 4K shot, might be 8K, it was beautiful. And that's the only shot that's released. What are you hoping to accomplish with that too?
Well, it's propaganda.
No, I understand the propaganda, but like, there's still a gajillion fucking immigrants down there, and you're not there.
They don't care about any of these actual problems. All of this is about weakening the institutions that protect America. They did it to the fucking police. They've done it to masculinity. They're doing it to Border Patrol now, and the military's next, brother, believe me. They're going after them next, and they're going after them in very subtle ways, at least with the military. Right now, what they're doing is hammering on these vaccine mandates, and the people that are saying no are going to get booted out. They're going to get fucking separated. They're going to leave in a mass exodus. Officers are going to resign, and the only people who are going to be left are fucking pussy-ass sycophants.
Yeah.
Right, that have no courage, that don't know what a fucking illegal order sounds like. And then that mechanism, that trained military force, is now a puppet of this fucking autocratic government. You know what I mean? That's their whole fucking plan here, is to separate people out on these fucking faux moralistic fucking lines. And the people that agree with them and will do whatever they say, the sycophants, will be able to stay, and everybody else has to go fuck themselves. That's what this has always been.
Yeah.
And I talked about it last week on American Party, but the stages of genocide, this proclivity to categorize people in groups and then to follow that up with demonizing that group, right, through association, particularly like the Nazis, calling everybody Nazis and trying to weaken what that means. There's a purpose to all this. Like Maxine Waters calling a Border Patrol agent, grabbing a guy by the back of his shirt as worse than what happened during the slavery period in America is absolute nonsense, right? Obviously, it's nonsense. Most reasonable people would agree. But the purpose of using language like that is to demonize people. And I'll tell you, this leads into a segment I'm going to be doing on the show for the next couple of weeks on fake news specifically, where I look at exactly why the powers that be, right, those in power are intent on erasing and rewriting history, and it's because their evil endeavors throughout time. Remember, it was the left that presided over Jim Crow, not the right. It was never conservatism. It was fucking despotic bullshit from the left. They're still generating billions of dollars for these people. Right. That's why. So here's a good example. This is one example. IG Farben. IG Farben was a chemical company in Nazi Germany, responsible for providing the chemicals used to exterminate the Jews, right? Then after the war was clearly lost, they assisted in hiding all the evidence, burning shit, so on and so forth, including people, by the way.
Yeah.
The company was actually a conglomeration of several existing companies, and then some they made, or some that came to fruition during that time. Some of them you actually know. So BASF, may have heard of them.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big goddamn German chemical company. Annual income as of 2019, $70 billion. Bayer, who makes aspirin.
Yeah, everything.
But a lot of other stuff. $51.16 billion in annual income. Host AG, now a subsidiary of Sanofi Aventis, annual revenue $42.43 billion. So just from the company, IG Farben, that was responsible for Zyklon B, the chemical agent used to murder over 1 million Jews, right, in concentration camps, the gas that was used to gas the Jews, is producing over $180 billion a year in revenue. That's just that one company. That's not the clothing, the manufacturing, the cars like Volkswagen and all that shit. I'll be getting into all those later and how much money those assholes are making now. But this is why they want to rewrite history, because they know that their ideology was responsible for this bullshit. And they can't have those two things linked. So what they have to do now is say that Donald Trump, because he's disrespectful to people on Twitter, is somehow tantamount or commensurate with Nazism, when in fact their ideology and the fact that they want to continually strip people's rights away and deny liberty to those who deserve it, that's their ethos. They have to hide that shit. And the only way they can hide it is through with these corporate partners, where they're getting, and that's how they get reelected as well, through these billions, if not trillions of dollars of revenue still generated by companies that actively took part in the fucking extermination of the Jews. All right? So we'll come back to the next one next week.
Yeah, and with that, the left is worried about the pillow guy.
Well, that guy's a fucking clown.
Yeah, but he's been making dangerous pillows for years now that are just not safe to sleep. Mike Lindell is who they're worried about. So, Bob, pull up that picture one more time here. I have a serious question. Here's how crystal clear this picture is, by the way. You can actually see what's in these bags. I thought it was clothes.
No, it's food.
Yeah, but how do you get takeout out there? Where's that? Like that's a takeout bag from like a Chinese restaurant right there. How do you get that food all the way there from? They're Haitian, right? Because some people in the chat are asking.
That might be humanitarian rations they received there on the spot. I don't know.
Oh, got it.
Idea.
Okay, because I couldn't figure that one out. Where I'm like, is there fucking restaurants and shit set up?
Mike Lindell's not a true patriot. He's just selling you pillows. Stop fucking believing in people.
Very comfortable
God
pillows.
damn it,
Believe in
man.
the pillows.
No, the pillows that you
go to
need are
Ghostbed.
pillows.
Yeah, Ghostbed's the best pillows. But yeah. Next up, the Taliban are clearing out the so-called moderate terrorists in the Afghan government. The so-called brawl that erupted between the moderate and hardline factions of the Taliban government was more violent than initially reported. According to the Indian Express, the event initially reported as a physical altercation was in fact a full-blown shootout that left the moderates on the sidelines. The fight occurred after the moderate leader, Baradar the Butcher, insisted on including non-Taliban leaders and ethnic minorities in the Afghan government. The comments that led Khalil Haqqani, there you go, a prominent leader of the Haqqani terrorist group, to rise from his chair and physically attack Baradar. The two men's bodyguards soon joined the fight and opened fire on one another, leading to an unknown number of them being killed or wounded. Man, that should have been on pay-per-view.
That would have been awesome, yeah.
It would have been great. Baradar himself recently appeared on a state-run television program claiming the fight never happened and that he has not been harmed, while the moderates and hardliners struggle for control in the Afghan government. The Taliban officials are requesting representation at this week's UN General Assembly. On Monday, the Taliban instructed the UN to replace the current Afghan envoy with Taliban representation in a move that is expected to kick off a new diplomatic battle in the Afghan government. My question to you, Dan, is will they let them do that? If that is their government,
excuse me.
If that is their government, will the UN eventually seed to them and be like, hey, yes, if the Taliban is your government, you can come to these meetings? Like, I'm asking sincerely because I don't know the answer.
Well, I mean, it depends on to what degree you're talking about. Anybody can send an envoy to the UN, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be a government leader. So maybe in that capacity, but if the world governments accept an envoy from the Taliban, that would set a truly bad precedent. Yeah, that would be bad. But they probably will, right?
They don't have. I mean, you're not going to have a choice, right? If you want Afghanistan to be there.
Well, the UN ultimately, there's a number of countries that can veto pretty much anything. It's called the UN Permanent Security Council, and it is the United States, China, France, Russia, and the UK. So any one of those countries can veto anything that comes through the UN anytime they want.
Okay.
But I don't know if they can just say, we're not having that guy come here. I mean, look, the UN is in fucking New York.
Yeah.
So the United States government can certainly tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what their plan is, to be honest. I have no idea.
I don't either. Was it?
I mean, we haven't had a plan up until now. Why would we all of a sudden start having a plan?
No. I mean, but you're going to have to figure out something because this is the new government. And I'm using government loosely there because it's just a bunch of fucking terrorists running around doing whatever the fuck they want, shooting people and shit.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to communicate with them somehow unless you just seal off that country and you're like, look, do whatever the fuck you want, kill each other. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, let's do that.
I've been in favor of that for a very long time.
Yeah, I really feel like we should just give
half the land or something. Would you go north and south, east and west?
No, I just think we should kill every single member of the Taliban. I think that admitting in public that you're a member of the Taliban should be an immediate death sentence.
Yeah, like in Tombstone. The Cowboys, dude. Yeah. If I see a red sash, I'll kill a man wearing it.
Yeah, but you have to grow that mustache to be able to talk like that.
Well, you know I can, and that's the beauty of me. And I usually do it right after Thanksgiving. So that mustache will be back. And when it is back, it'll be resting on a ghost bed pillow from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. 30% off everything in the entire store right now. That is mattresses, sheets, adjustable bases, you name it, 30% off. And no matter what you use, like if you use all of it, right? Let's say you use the sheets, the pillows, and the mattress. You can combine them together. You still get 30% off all of it, by the way. So it's not just one item. All you have to do is use the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout, and congratulations, you get 30% off. And they also have a 36-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest there, which is great. It's great. So do it. I would do that right now if you have decent credit. By the way, if you're bumping like a fucking 410 or something, probably not going to work out for you. But if you have decent credit,
unless it's a 410 shotgun, then you can just show up and collect your wares and
do whatever you want. Yeah, dude. I'll take all the pillows. Bag them.
Let's rob fucking Ghostbed.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't even know where their factory is.
I think it might be in Florida.
We'll probably have to kidnap Rich. He lives in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
So we'll start by kidnapping him.
Kidnap Rich.
Work our way up.
And then we'll find out where it is.
We'll make a new show out of it where it's just us interrogating Rich Bernstein the whole time.
Well, on a bed.
On a ghost bed.
Yeah.
For the it's obviously to sell fucking
mattresses,
products,
Because when you tie somebody to the bed and make them shit and piss themselves on it, I tell you what, the cover that they have to put on the mattress says it will protect anything. Mm-hmm. So we could waterboard him, he can piss and shit himself and everything else, and then at the end of it, surprise, we can pop it up and see if that mattress is still just as white as a ghost, and if it isn't, well, you're going to get a free mattress.
Yeah.
Now, Ghostbed did not authorize me to do this. I'm completely going rogue on this one, but I think they will agree with me.
I feel like we can go rogue because their IT guy's dead. They've been, on my recommendation, giving people fucking $50 Olive Garden gift cards and shit. So clearly there's no rules.
There is no rules. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. By the way, the Olive Garden thing is real. What was the Olive Garden gift card for?
I don't remember. It was, I think, to like and share content or something. You'd have to ask Danny. She's the one that set that whole thing up.
Yeah.
All I did is see an email chain, and people were like, "Hey, what are some ideas we could do for for giveaways?" I'm like, "Fucking Olive Garden, dude."
Yeah, Olive Garden gift cards.
People can bang on the ghost bed and then take their Olive Garden gift card and go get fucking hammered on whatever that shitty wine is they have there.
Oh, the Chianti, the Honor Chianti.
Yeah,
Dan. That's a great wine. And it's honor system too. So
it's $50 if you sent them so if you ordered a ghost bed and sent them a copy of the order, they send you fucking you get in line for a gift card to Olive Garden.
Yeah, dude.
That's it.
That's great.
I like that.
So do I. And they have no affiliation with Olive Garden. It's just a great restaurant.
Well, that's not true.
What do you mean?
I just thought it was funny.
No. But Ghost Bed has no affiliation.
That part is true.
Yeah, no.
Olive Garden being a great restaurant is not true.
Yes. No, that is a very fine restaurant.
I was talking to Kane last night. He goes, "Hey, do you think we could go to Cheesecake Factory?" I'm like, "No, that's fucking disgusting." He goes, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "That's like the Olive Garden of whatever the fuck I said."
Yeah.
Or no, he wanted to go to Texas Roadhouse. I'm like, "No, that's
Texas Roadhouse, yeah.
I'm like, "That's the Olive Garden of steakhouses. You're in Texas, asshole. You can't do that."
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to the owner.
Yeah.
Hey, blew his brains out.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Because he had COVID.
Well, he had tinnitus.
From COVID.
No. He had tinnitus first, and then the tinnitus made it worse.
You sound like fucking Fauci right
now.
now.
No, the COVID did make the tinnitus worse, and he couldn't take it anymore. And
Dr. Bob Fauci back there.
yeah.
Ooh, Blake Rush got one. He bought some ghost pillow.
Did he get a fucking gift card from Olive Garden?
Ghost bed and ghost pillow, and he got a $50 gift card. Danny just sent me the text.
Bitch.
That's awesome.
God damn it, we're awesome. Look, whether or not you need a good night's sleep or just a great meal.
Yeah.
Ghostbed.com/Drinkin Pros will do that for you. The breadsticks are never ending too. So with a $50 gift card, living like a fucking king, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the breadsticks are free.
Yeah.
The salad is unlimited, right?
Unlimited, dude.
I think we should put that to the test.
They're actually doing it. Where are they doing? Is it the Texas Roadhouse Challenge right now?
Like, are they asking me how much salad I can eat in one sitting?
No, it's the bread rolls at Texas Roadhouse.
I can't eat that much bread. I'll get diabetes.
Bob, look that up. I think somebody did 152 rolls or something.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was.
You get diabetes.
Yeah, it consists of a 4-pound steak with a salad, 4 rolls, and applesauce.
4 pounds.
You have a full hour.
96-ounce steak.
You have a full hour to finish the 5-pound plate.
Okay, and where is that at?
Let's see. There's only one location that does it.
The old 96er?
It's in Virginia. Yeah, it's not a great outdoors situation.
No, but you can play that train song there. Meet Virginia. No?
So there is a Texas Roadhouse roll challenge as well.
Yeah. Oh, yes. See, that's it. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, that's why Kane wanted to go to Texas Roadhouses because of the rolls. I'm like,
did he really?
Yeah. I'm like,
so there's a roll challenge. Read the roll challenge, Bob.
The record is 22 baskets, which is 88 rolls.
That's it. Yeah.
He's fucking almost. He's not even 14 yet. I don't think he could do that. He does eat a lot. He's at that stage I was at about that age where now his McDonald's order, for example, is 20 nuggets, a fucking like double quarter pounder fries, and a Coke.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Man.
It looks like that was taken down by multiple people, though.
Yeah, that's not
like it was a group of people doing the rolls.
A 96-ounce steak, though. That's a lot of fucking
no
meat.
Shit, dude.
That's a lot of. You'll definitely be sweating out the meat at that point.
Yeah,
that's miserable. That
is miserable.
I'm not interested in trying to make myself look tough enough to feel that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you work out? Because it fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah.
I inject myself with shit.
Yeah. If you want a hard shit, though, you eat a 96-pound or a 96-ounce steak, you're good to go.
Well, it might take you a couple of weeks to get it all out.
Oof. R.I.P. John Wayne.
Not just John. Well, John Wayne he had like a meat sweater in his ass, right?
Oh, it was a whole, what was it, 18 pounds of meat when they fucking emptied out his fucking intestines or something for John Wayne?
Who's to say what was beef and what was just extra John Wayne?
Ah, God damn it. What a man, huh? Jonathan Wayne. Jonathan Carbone Wayne.
His actual name was Marion Morrison.
Oh,
yeah. You know Tommy Morrison?
Yeah.
The AIDS boxer? That's his nephew.
Who died?
It's his nephew.
Shut the fuck up.
You didn't know that?
Tommy Machine Gun?
Tommy Gunn from Rocky 7 or whatever the fuck it was.
Machine Gun, dude, yeah.
Yeah, he's AIDS.
Also,
He died.
Also,
He's dead.
John Wayne's nephew.
Wow.
Marion Morrison, draft dodger.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And mediocre Pac-12, well, Pac-10, maybe even Pac-8 football player. I forget how long ago he played for the Trojans.
John
Did he
Wayne?
play for USC?
Yeah.
Well, shit. You got to give him that. Tiny little shoes, though. He was a tiny man. I stepped in his shoes at the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You could put your feet in his little shoes. And man, I was like double the size. He must have been a tiny man. Very
Everyone was
Giorgio-esque.
tiny back then.
Yeah,
Dude,
very
you talking about John Wayne?
Giorgio-esque. Yeah. Jonathan Carbone Wayne.
It says he was 4'6". No, it's not true.
What if he was? And that's why they always did the cowboy shot,
Yeah.
like from far away.
He was 6'4".
Was he 6'4"?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he was a tall.
He's
dude.
my size? Damn.
Yeah, he's a tall guy. I don't know where you
I'm
got that
expecting
from.
that out of Carbone Wayne. His shoes were tiny. He's got little tiny feet.
Maybe.
So, someone did say that the footprints on the Chinese theater, the Walk of Fame or whatever, they shrink.
They do shrink.
Yeah.
And
So-
Clooney was the one that spilled the beans on that.
You got to wear bigger shoes than you wear.
So when he got his, he said he wore a size 14. So that way, when it shrunk down, he would still look like a giant man. He wouldn't get John Wayne. That's why. He's a fucking Jonathan Carbone Wayne. R.I.P.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
So why are we still talking about him?
Well, because he's a man of a man, isn't he? Is this a dagger? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that today. Border crisis hasn't gotten any better, Dan. That's our next story here. Around 15,000 illegal immigrants are currently being held in a makeshift camp underneath the bridge in Del Rio, Texas. Among the immigrants are thousands of Haitian refugees seeking to enter the U.S. after fleeing earthquakes and political turmoil in their own country. Recently, a group of Haitian migrants, being transported on a federally contracted bus, revolted during the ride and took control of the vehicle. That's like speed, man. Shit, maybe there was a bomb on the bus.
Well, you don't want to slow down.
No, the bus was traveling
Wait,
from...
shoot the hostage.
Shoot the hostage, yeah.
What was that noise? Who made noise over there?
Did you hear that?
It's my fault.
Shoot the hostage. And in this case, apparently Rob is the hostage. 'cause
Yeah.
He's making noise.
Rob, don't make noise on the show.
Yeah.
The bus was traveling from Del Rio to San Antoine when the migrants overpowered the driver and forced the bus to the side of the road before escaping. Terrible place to escape, by the way.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, not the best.
While the Biden administration is claimed to be carrying out deportations, 2 U.S. officials have contradicted those statements, saying Haitian immigrants are being released into the U.S. on a very, very large scale. The Homeland Security Department has been busing Haitians from Del Rio to El Paso, Laredo, and Rio Grande Valley along the Texas border, where they are processed by Border Patrol agents at those locations. According to the anonymous officials, many of the migrants have been released with notices to appear at the immigration office within 60 days. And that always works, by the way.
Yeah, so
Every single time.
I'm actually in the middle right now of filing FOIA requests for all the NTAs issued and the rate at which they were ignored through Obama's entire tenure, because that's when the NTA kind of became a big deal during the catch and release bullshit he had going that's going on now again under Biden. We'll see how long that takes to come out.
A long time.
Another issue with that, however, is Republicans when Obama was in office were so obstructive that we only had, I think, 30% of the immigration judge seats filled. Mm-hmm. But, it seemed like maybe they were just keeping activist judges from getting in, because half of those people are just fucking out of their fucking minds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So who knows what that's going to look like when the data comes in. Here's what I want to know. How many NTAs were issued? Like, how many people did they release into the United States saying come back in 60 days for processing? And how many actually showed up? I feel like that's a reasonable thing to know if we're Americans, because group A minus group B equals how many people just are here in America illegally right now, from that one period.
Oh,
right?
dude. It's got to be crazy.
I think 17 to 1,800 people have been deported of these Haitians so far, but the vast majority of them have just been released into the United States.
Yeah.
That was on the news this morning, actually. So,
how hard do you think they laughed when they got these notices to appear? They were like, all right, now we've processed you.
yeah.
And we're going to give you this notice to appear in 60 days, okay? So you go on with the next 2 months of your life, wherever that may be, without money, and do whatever you want. And we'll just see you in 60 days at court, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I was a fucking Haitian migrant and they would have given that to me, I would have laughed so hard I would have pissed and shit right in front of these people.
Yeah, I think I would have played the Curb Your Enthusiasm music.
Yeah.
Like right there. I would have just had it on my phone queued up and played it right there as I was walking off with no intent of ever running into that asshole again.
What the fuck, bro? I mean, it's just so crazy that you're like, all right, cool. So you've got a notice to appear and that's it?
Yeah, well, this is actually a tougher situation than the one we've been dealing with. The stuff with the 4 primary countries, including Mexico and South or in Central America and Mexico, that have been sending people over here. That is what it is. We've got the Title 42 ability to boot them for health reasons. We have the ability, the Trump era policy of holding Mexico for asylum and refugee claims and stuff like that is been reactivated by a federal court. But the Haitians are a problem because that's not their country.
Yeah.
That's where they are right now. The issue that I have, we talked about this on the American Party that's coming out tomorrow. How the fuck did these people all get there? And why didn't anybody tell us? Like the Mexican government? Or how did the U.S. intelligence apparatus not fucking warn us that this shit was going to happen? The story apparently is that they did warn us. Or at least they warned the Biden administration, who did nothing to stop it, right? They did nothing. And the reason that the special envoy to Haiti resigned today, or yesterday, maybe it was last night, and said he didn't want anything to do with the inhumane treatment that the Biden administration is involved in now, is because those 17 to 1,800 people that got deported, they sent them back to fucking Port-au-Prince, which is a country whose leader just got assassinated, who is probably going to get hit by another earthquake/tsunami here in a few days. Yeah. Who knows with those guys? It's always a shit show there. So you're just basically sending those people back to die, right? That's not a great option either, I think, from a humanitarian standpoint. And it betrays that these people don't actually give a fuck. These fucking lefties, they don't actually, they say that they do stuff for your own good. They're like, I'm doing this. This is for your own protection. Or this is because we care. We have to take care of these people. We have to do this. In reality, it's all about them isolating anybody who doesn't agree with their worldview and making sure their worldview and ideology gets pressed forward no matter what the cost, whether it's human or dollars or liberty itself. Yeah. And that's what you see on a regular basis from these assholes. And that's why it is, these days, fascism is so easy to spot. But this fucking slow bullshit, this light, or I guess...
socialism light?
No, it's not even socialism. It's not socialism or communism. It's not fascism. It's something entirely new. It's almost like modern China, which is kind of a mix between communism and capitalism, but the overarching ideology is just authoritarianism at large. We don't have a word We don't have a word yet for what's happening right now, and I think that's what's muddling.
I think safetyism works pretty well.
Maybe, but it doesn't sound good. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's no what do you call it? Nobody's written books about safetyism as an ideology, right? Like Marxism or whatever the fuck. We really don't have a word for what's going on right now, and the fact that the left wants to call it fascism when it happens, and the right wants to call it communism or socialism when it happens, is muddying the argument. You know what I mean? And it's distracting everybody. Everybody's just calling the sky green, getting mad at each other, right? It doesn't make any sense right now. It's not globalism, because that's not the point, and it's not wokeism. Wokeism is just it's a tool that's inside of what's happening, designed to weaken institutions, but that's not what it is. I mean, it is just authoritarianism, right? But this is a very specific type that is all of these things kind of being leveraged at the same time, and there's no word for it yet.
No, my question is this. So what do you do with all of these people? What do you do with this border crisis? We knew what Trump was trying to do, right? Let's build a wall. Let's fucking shut it all down. Nobody can get in the country, everything else. The left did not agree with that, clearly, right? They fought that tooth and nail till the very end.
Well, they've played their hand.
Right. But now we're seeing what happens when you don't. And if you want to keep pressing, COVID-19 and get the vaccine and all this other shit in my face on the news all fucking day, what do you think do you think the immigrants took time to get fucking, you know what I should do? Before I get this notice to appear in 60 days, I'm going to get my vaccination real quick.
Jen Psaki said they didn't need to because they're not going to be here that long. I guess 60 days for an NTA and then being processed is considered not that long for them. That's what she said when I think it was that dude from Fox, Ducey, or whatever the fuck that she's always arguing with. Not Steve, Peter Ducey.
Well, our flight to Nashville is only 2 hours. So if 60 days is fine, why can't I just not wear a mask then for 2 hours on a plane?
They've already tipped their hand. When I say they, I mean Democrats have already tipped their hand in what their intent this whole time was. It used to be considered a conspiracy theory, but just a week ago they tried to wedge into this giant omnibus fucking infrastructure bill, which isn't ever going to pass, by the way. It's just never going to pass. Anyways, they tried to wedge into this bill amnesty agreement with 8 million fucking illegal immigrants, including without any exception for whether they had a criminal record. They could be convicted murderers. Didn't matter. This 8 million block, you're good to go, and that turns them into voters.
Yeah.
So this idea that it's a conspiracy theory that the Democrats want to weaken, because everybody knows what happens when you weaken yourself on the foreign policy stage. You get taken advantage of, right? If you're the big dog on the block, every now and again you got to crack somebody's head to show everybody that you're still the big dog, and that's who we are. And the fact that we have this porous border, this huge land border at the south, is if you don't demonstrate strength, people will take advantage of your weakness. That's how that works. So they know the result of that, because anybody that's fucking ever taken any kind of political science class knows that. Anybody that's ever studied human psychology knows that. So now they've already played their hand. They tried to wedge it into this infrastructure bill, and they're going to bring it back up somehow as soon as they can and try to give these people amnesty and turn them into quick citizens so they can vote. That's what's going on.
Man, it's fucked up. And I don't know how you don't believe in border security after seeing all the shit that we're seeing now, and then what? You're just going to release all these fucking people into the country to do what? Like, we're just going to pay for them forever until they kind of figure it the fuck out. Maybe not. Bob, what was the thing before we went on air about? Was that part of this bill with the Iron Dome?
Maybe. It's one of the two bills they're voting on. But yeah, it was Iron Dome funding was kind of
wedged in there as well into one of these bills.
If it wasn't in that one, it was going to be in the other one. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, it was going to go in one of the other.
And just so we're clear, this was the Iron Dome in Israel, right?
Yes.
Great. So we're going to pay for that too?
Well, still pay for it.
Oh, okay.
That's not new.
All right. Great. Hey, why not? Fuck. We have enough money. Let's pay everyone, and then we don't have. Do we have to pay taxes anymore? We have so much fucking money to give away. Why? I mean, we just kind of do whatever we want. The property taxes down here in Texas are not fucking sweet, man. I'd love not to pay those.
I'm not like anti-Israel.
I'm not either
by any stretch.
But why are we paying for their shit?
But yeah, maybe pay your own bills, bro.
Because we've got shit here that needs funding as well.
It's not even even if we didn't have shit here that needs funding, why are they entitled to our money?
Yes.
Why is anyone? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, we can't afford to educate our children or give you health care. Like, oh, really? You can afford to give $64 million to the Taliban.
Yeah.
But you can't pay for kids to fucking not be dumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we have been for like 25 years trailing every other major developed country in a lot of things, including infant mortality rate, by the way. Like, ours sucks compared to other industrialized first world countries. But we can afford to pay for the fucking Iron Dome. We can afford to finance Pakistan's government.
Yeah.
Right? Fuck these people.
That's what I say.
Do your own shit.
Yeah, do your own shit. Why are we financing anybody else's shit? Like, are they financing ours? Now, if there was a deal in place where Israel was funding a bunch of shit for us.
They do a lot of intelligence work for us, but they fucked us over about 50,000 goddamn times. A bunch of times. And they're always going to put Israel first. That's why Trump came up with the phrase America first. Right? I mean, who among you, which one of you assholes out there would let your kid go hungry or not get the medical care they need so you could take care of somebody else on some moralistic principle? Is that even a thing?
No. I can tell you as a father firsthand, not one fucking prayer. So,
I mean, it's just really bizarre to me that we think that way. And the government has to frame it as a moralistic argument and try to make people feel bad for not doing it. Because the reason that we do it is, one, because we want to be a global hegemon, which is nonsense. We shouldn't be that. And two, because it makes their buddies a lot of fucking money. Yeah. Right? That's all it really is.
Yay!
We're pathetic.
America. You know what isn't pathetic, though? Cardomax.com. If you're dragging through your days here, I lost the headphones. I don't know if I lost the microphone. If you're dragging through your days, ditch the cheap coffee and sugar-packed energy drinks for a Navy SEAL-approved source of energy, Cardomax Energy Intensifier. Cardomax's Energy Intensifier uses the least amount of ingredients as possible. There's absolutely no junk in there to give you the energy you need to optimize your workouts or whatever you might need a boost for. Work, dealing with the kids, some ungodly hour like mine. My gosh, man. 3, 4 a.m. last night. Let's get it together, boys. Owned and operated by former Navy SEAL and fellow Drinkin bro Sean Matson, Cardomax's Energy Intensifier comes in an easy-to-mix liquid packet. 2 great flavors, blue raspberry and pink lemonade. I'm a gigantic fan of the blue ras. I'm a blue ras. I'm on team blue ras. I think you're...
I'm a pink lemonade guy.
Pink lemonade, yeah. B3, B6, B12 vitamins, caffeine, and BCAAs. It tastes great. The ingredients are healthy, and it's made by a veteran and a Drinkin bro. Support a fucking veteran-owned company. Cardomax is offering Drinkin bros an exclusive offer, 30% off your next 4 orders. Go to cardomax.com, use the promo code DB. That is CARDOMAX.com. Use the promo code DB, and you will get 30% off your next 4 orders. It's cardomax.com, helping you achieve your max. Man, I'm maxed out today. I got some in the old drink as we speak, dude. Feeling good today. Real spry today. Next up, D'Anthony, the GOP are working on impeaching Biden. Is this real, though? Or is this one of those fucking bullshit? I read this story. I know on Tuesday, Bob Gibbs... the representative, Bob Gibbs, introduced articles of impeachment against Joe Biden, citing his handling of the border crisis, attempt to expand the federal moratorium on evictions, and the withdrawal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan. I understand why. I understand why you want to do something like this. Here's why I think this is a bad idea. Because, look, this happens, I feel like, every president, right? Unless you can pin somebody on something like a fucking Watergate or something like that, these are impossible, and it makes your party look like shit. The Democrats did it twice to Trump. I thought it was a fucking detriment, and I mean, just an unbelievable sham, especially the second time. He was fucking out of office at that point. I was not a fan of it either when the Republicans did it to Bill Clinton in, was it 98, 99 over the Lewinsky shit with the cigar and the pussy nut? Like, I wasn't a fan of that either, because it's like, dude, what are you really doing there? With this one, just by introducing this, you don't have the votes. And I've bitched about this on the other side too. With Democrats and the fucking Merrick Garland thing with Obama, they didn't have the fucking votes. So there was no reason to even trot this guy out there because they didn't have the votes for it. Same with this. Don't waste our fucking money and time with this right now when you don't have the votes for something like this. Do I think he should be? Probably. But you don't have the votes for it, so it doesn't legally matter anyways. It's just a bunch of grandstanding bullshit. Where is Bob Gibbs from?
I don't know. No, I don't care. You don't impeach somebody because you don't like the job they're doing. It's for crimes.
Crimes.
You know?
Yeah.
So what crime, incompetence isn't a crime. I mean, attempting to expand the federal moratorium on evictions, the president trying to do stuff and not being able to do it because the courts or Congress limit him, that is the way our system of government is supposed to work. Mm-hmm. So you can say that was an attempt at despotism or to subvert the other two branches, and yeah, that's technically true, but an attempt is not a fucking... You don't impeach people over attempts.
Right.
There are a number of reasons to impeach Biden, right? Including his handling of the Afghan crisis, the fact that his administration had intelligence that could have saved U.S. soldiers, the fact that they gave a list of names of American citizens and green card holders to a fucking terrorist organization. That is, in my opinion, very close to treason, but it's certainly something. It certainly would be aiding and abetting the enemy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because as we heard from our guy the other day, he's a green card holder. He was trying to get his family out, and his dad got captured and beaten to death by the Taliban because of that list. And there's many more examples of that than just this one. So that's a good reason to do something like that. But the idea of bringing it up now, when you don't have the votes, is kind of silly. You know what I mean? Like, you don't do that now. What you do is you run on the idea of impeaching Biden. Mm-hmm. And about a year from now, the American people will decide if they agree with that premise. I agree with it. I want him out of there.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, we have T-shirts to that effect available right now on drinkinbros.com. But,
really?
Yes. You run on that platform, but you don't do it now, because doing it now and failing makes you look weak. So this guy's just trying to get press. That's all he's doing.
Yeah, and look, we said the same thing because we try to be fair to both sides for real. Like, because I think the same thing about Adam Kinzinger and his fucking bullshit too, right? Where he was, let's impeach Trump and let's keep this going and fucking get the whole thing.
Trump didn't commit any crime at all, by the way.
No, and here's the thing with the Biden thing too, man. You can't do it. You don't have the fucking votes. It's a waste of taxpayers' dollars. And why do something if it can never be done?
Well, the Republicans tried to repeal Obamacare 54 times, I believe, and it cost the American taxpayers somewhere around $85 million.
Right. And
so, that's how people fucking do these things.
And I'm not a fan of Obamacare either, but come up with a better solution, right? Mm. Come up with a better plan, and Trump, if he could have done it, he would have done it, right? I don't know what another 4 years would have done if he would have attempted to repeal Obamacare and put something else in its place. Mm. I know that was on the agenda or something that he was running on, and obviously you see once you get in there what you can and can't do. That's a massive mountain to climb. So is the fucking immigration thing, to be honest with you. You kind of have to pick one. I feel like every president's got to pick like one big thing to get accomplished, and then try that, hope for the best. With Obama, I think his legacy will probably be Obamacare with that, right? That was the one big thing that he was able to push through and get out. Am I mistaken in that, Bob? Is there anything else? Was there anything else massive that he did?
It's Obamacare and changing everything forever.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, but not ruining everything forever. He saved that for Joe Biden.
Saves it for Joe, yeah.
He's like, hey, look, it's like that. It's like, hey, John C. Reilly's like, hey, can I win sometimes, maybe?
Yeah.
And Will's like, nah, how am I going to win if you win?
Yeah, exactly.
But luckily, Obama seems to be more magnanimous than Will Ferrell. So he's letting Joe Biden really he's taking the slap shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, look.
He's Karl Malone. Barack Obama is John Stockton, right?
I like how you switch the races.
Well,
that's nice of you. That's really nice of you. Really kind of you. Yeah, with these fucking dumb. Yes, should he be out of there? Is he fucking retarded and damn near dead?
I think he should absolutely be. I think it's important that he does get tried for the crimes of that he's committed. But these articles, the first article impeachment says that Biden violated his constitutional oath to faithfully execute the office of president with his handling of the migration on the southern border. That is vague.
Yeah.
As fuck. What actual crime? Tell me an actual crime. The second article accuses Biden of violating the separation of powers by extending the federal eviction moratorium. Then you could go back and say that any executive order by any former president that was overturned in the courts is tantamount to a crime. And then any future existence of that is also tantamount to a crime. That will never pass. It's bad case law. The final article states that Biden failed to act responsibly as commander-in-chief with regard to the withdrawal from Afghanistan. If there are specific charges that he's making in that, I haven't seen them because I've read all these documents and I haven't seen like he pulled out of Bagram or ordered the pull out of Bagram and then lied to the Afghan leader and then gave a list of names to a terrorist organization. Yeah, sure. Now that might be there may be a crime in there that we can charge for, and I think there is personally. Right. But all this other bullshit is just for him. This is all about fucking Bob Gibbs. That's all this is. It's all about Marjorie Taylor Greene because I think she's pushing this shit too.
Yeah, and the last thing I'll say on this is if every president who gets in, the other side's gonna try to spend their time trying to impeach. We're fucked.
Oh yeah, we're definitely fucked.
So look, again, was not a fan of it with Clinton. Was not a fan of it with Trump. This is fucking pointless as well. Mm-hmm. You just don't have the fucking votes. Just because you hate somebody. Same with Trump. That's the way I felt about Trump. Just because you fucking hate him, you can't impeach him.
No, but there's a reason to impeach Joe Biden. Like we know these things all happen right in front of our very eyes. So that is a strategy, yes, but you don't do that before a midterm election.
No,
you don't. It's first of all, you can't get it done. Then if you really care about the fact that this is a representative democracy, that we are a republic, and that the people should get a say in what happens here, then you put it to a fucking vote.
Yeah.
Not whether or not we're going to impeach this asshole or not, but you have the fucking GOP say, hey, look, we want this guy out of here because we believe that he fucked us over and cost American lives and billions and trillions of dollars, right? With all this bullshit here in Afghanistan. And then people can go to the fucking box office. What the fuck? People can go to the ballot box in fucking 2022 in November and say, you know what? We're going to vote in Republicans in the Senate and the House because we want this asshole out of here.
Yeah.
That's how this whole system of government is supposed to work. That's how you do it.
And then on the other side, too, if you're the Republicans, everything is going in your favor. All you have to do is just shut the fuck up right now and not do shit like this. The abortion thing with fucking Greg Abbott. Why? Why bother right now? Everything is going in your favor. You got the Afghanistan fucking fiasco. You got this fucking border fiasco. Gas prices are through the goddamn roof right now. Let it all happen. Just let it all happen, and then people will vote next year. Quit fucking it up along the way with bullshit that isn't going to happen. I don't understand it. People are fucking morons, dude.
Yeah.
Jameson
Medellin.
Breadsticks are no longer free at Olive Garden, he says. Go buy yourself some.
That's too bad.
Just give us $20. Look at that.
Well, we will.
Yeah. Is that true, Bob? Will you fact check that?
I mean, they're not $20, I'm sure. But.
It wasn't true like 2 months ago when I ate there, so that's got to be a very recent.
So you had
development.
to pay for them, huh?
No, I said it wasn't true.
Okay.
They gave us
Look it up.
Yeah, I will.
Look it up.
Well, maybe it's with an order.
Yeah, maybe you got to order a meal, dude. You can't just show up and eat breadsticks and get water.
It's hard to say.
That's just a soup kitchen, then. Of course, you have to order a meal.
Yeah.
You got to order something, or at least be pretending to. Like,
also,
it's a bread line. It's just a fancy bread line. Otherwise.
Also, speaking of bread lines, Beto O'Rourke is running for governor.
So look,
that's going to be real fun. We'll have a shirt coming out here pretty soon with that goober's fucking head on it.
This is news on this show, but it is not news to us.
Yeah.
We can say this now. I don't really give a shit. So yeah, Beto, because I'm not calling him Beto, or we're just calling him Robbie O'Rourke.
Robert O'Rourke.
Bob O'Rourke.
Call me Beto though.
Yeah.
I will if you
Bob.
want.
Beto Fox. Follow Beto Fox on Instagram. No, but so Beto is running for governor. Now,
he better run for cover. Like, you're going to try to run for governor of Texas
against wheelchair.
And on your record exists the statement, hell yeah, we're going to take your guns, or we're going to take your AR-15.
You guys
First
haven't
off-
lived here long enough.
Yeah, first off, he's not going to run. He's going to skateboard his way.
There you go.
With
yeah.
The same way that
hand.
Justin Trudeau fucking skied his way into the office.
This is what happens. I forget the woman who ran against Abbott the last time, but the time before that it was Wendy Davis. So like the Democrats always know they're not going to win the governor race. Like they
Wendy
might,
Davis is the tennis shoe fucking 16-hour
Yes.
filibuster chick,
yes.
right?
So what they do is they just run their most famous person. Like they just run the person who's going to get the most press, which is, I guess, in theory, not a terrible idea because name recognition goes a long way.
Oh
in
yeah,
politics.
for sure.
But that's what they've done 2 out of the last 3 times. Is they're not really running someone to do anything. They're just
Right.
running the most famous person they can get, and right now that's Beto. Like, and people forget, like, a lot of the reason Beto succeeded is just that Ted Cruz is awful.
Yeah.
Like, that's not. It
Yeah,
doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work against other people. Even if you don't like Abbott, if you don't like their abortion law, Greg Abbott is not as inherently punchable as Ted Cruz.
Well, you can't punch a guy in a wheelchair.
You are. Well,
you
the
can't.
tree did.
What was it? What did
He wasn't in the wheelchair. He was running.
What did
He's running,
Sagar say? Like 2% of people in exit polling from the last presidential election voted because of abortion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like that's not going to make that big of a deal.
But
Yeah.
that's what happens here is they know they're not going to win a statewide election against anyone other than maybe Ted Cruz. Like literally, that's the only one. They're never going to beat Cornyn. They're
Sure.
They're not going to beat Abbott the same way they didn't beat Bush. They didn't beat Perry. So they just like fuck. Let's just trot out our most famous person. Maybe the name recognition will help.
What about zombie LBJ?
That might win.
If they reanimate LBJ's body,
That's not the worst idea.
Jumbo.
That'd be great.
Chumbo?
Old Jumbo.
Old Jumbo.
I thought you said Chumbo.
So we have some insider baseball knowledge on this. About 3 or 4 months ago, we had a guest booked, and I recognized the name. I was looking at the calendar. We recognized the name, and I was like, man, why do I know this name? And we looked it up. Dan and I were. It was just after a show ended. We were sitting right at these desks, and I looked it up, and it was Beto's campaign manager, and he was booked to come on the show. And I looked at Dan and I go, hey, dude. Does he not know what show this is, or maybe he just doesn't care and wants to have a spirited debate? Either way, we're fine with it.
They definitely don't want a spirited debate.
Right. But I looked at you and I said, why? I mean, I know how many millions of listeners we have and all that stuff. So like, I understand trying to get out to the most amount of people. But what I said to you was, I go, all right, this has got to be one of two things. Either he's running for senator or he's running for governor in 2022. And then he went on Oprah and said, I'm not running for senator. That's out or whatever. Well, that left governor on the table.
We're going to run for senator because
Yeah.
he's not going to beat Cornyn.
No.
So we agreed to have him, by the way. Like, we didn't back out of this at all. As a matter of fact, I've never seen Dan smile in real life other than looking at that name on the calendar going, I can't wait until that interview happens.
That one I don't even have to yell. You just ask people questions that they don't have the answer to.
Yes.
Like, did you support Joe Biden for president? And he would obviously say yes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I would say, tell me why in a sentence that doesn't use the words Donald or Trump. Go.
And it would be dead silent.
Yeah. And then he would kill himself on the air, and it would be great ratings for us. But no, you can't do it that way because these people are fucking cowards. They don't even let the president of the United States respond to the media.
Yeah.
They're damn sure not going to come here and debate me.
No. So I don't know who their publicist was. And
Oh, shit, that's
about
a good
48
campaign
hours
t-shirt.
later, he had canceled and was no longer on the schedule to be on Drinkin' Bros. But just so you know, we don't care if you're on the left. We'll have you on the show and have a debate with you. So he's welcome to come back if you're listening.
Womb Raider just came up with a good shirt. It says, I'm wheeling for Abbott.
Oh, shit,
We should
dude.
do that with just to make a shirt out of it with him. Like doing a fucking backflip over something. I don't know.
And that you put a ballot box right in front of him.
I would say, what about like all aboard and he's the engine and we're all on the train? Like he's the front of the train.
Oh, and the wheels are his wheelchair?
Or there's a
Yeah.
doctor on one side of the shirt with scalpels and shit like that, and then a woman with a belly on the other side. And he wheelchairs into the dude's face or something to knock him out. I don't know.
I want to make this as dark as possible now,
Yeah.
okay? Now that we've gone to this place, let's make it as dark as possible. I want to see him on a Mount Rushmore of wheelchair politicians. So I want FDR on there. I want Abbott on there. And we need two more. We need two more wheelchair guys on there.
Yeah, I don't know. The only other person I can even think of paraplegic-wise would be Tammy Duckworth. But
Madison Cawthorn, the kid.
Oh, yeah.
But he's too new and also...
He's too new. He's not
sucks.
famous enough yet. Yeah, he's not famous
the
enough.
fucking worst.
He's the North Carolina.
Yeah.
North
Or no,
Carolina.
is he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Terrible.
There's got to be more.
There's got to be more wheelchairs out there, right?
Well, like I said, Duckworth is in a wheelchair sometimes.
Okay.
Cawthorn's in a wheelchair all the time.
Max Cleland from Georgia. He's a former senator. He lost some legs and arms and stuff in Vietnam.
Okay.
That's one. All right. I don't know.
More famous.
We'll find. Bob Dole, he's dead though, right?
No. Bob Dole's alive.
Bob Dole's been dead for 30 years.
I know.
And everybody
That's
knows
fair.
it.
But his arm's been dead since World War II. But
Yeah.
he's still alive.
And when he stood up for McCain at that thing, that was the most baller shit of all time, dude.
Yeah.
That was the final fuck you of I outlived you.
You know what's wild?
That's what I took from that.
You know what's wilder? That he outlived Norm Macdonald,
That's crazy.
who played him on Saturday Night Live.
God damn it. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Even after falling off the back of the stage during the 96 presidential campaign. Does everyone remember that?
Oh, yeah,
We're all
dude.
talking about how bumbling and senile Biden is right now, but you guys trotted out fucking Bob Dole. And he's still alive. That was 25 years ago,
Yeah.
and he's still alive.
Find that picture of Bob Dole. Was he standing? Did he get up from the wheelchair? Is this one of
He
those?
did. He got up for that, I think. I'll find it.
Yeah.
Bob Dole, by the way, and a Buffalo Bills quarterback.
Fell off the back of a...
No,
yeah.
that's what he tried out in 96.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you really can't send a Buffalo Bills quarterback out to win anything.
No.
No. Sorry, Jim Kelly.
Can't. You can't.
Know what to tell you,
while,
buddy.
while Bob is finding Bob Dole getting out of a wheelchair, we'll go to our next sponsor, which is Amazon Music. Let's go. We finally made it, Mom. Did it. If you're listening to this show, you love podcasts, you'll find a ton of binge-worthy podcasts, including ours, on Amazon Music. All you have to do is say, Alexa, play Drinking Bros podcast. And boom, it is in your living room. However, I wouldn't recommend it with children. Amazon Music has more than 10 million free podcast episodes to listen to. But Amazon Music isn't just for listening to podcasts. They also have thousands of music stations and top playlists to stream for free. And no matter what you're listening to, you can go hands-free with Alexa, which I talked about earlier. If you're like me and you want music on demand and ad-free, you gotta try Amazon Music Unlimited. That gives you unlimited access to more than 75 million songs, as well as podcasts, music videos, and more. With Amazon Music Unlimited, you can listen to any song anywhere offline with unlimited skips. Plus, we don't have to hear from whether or not you have an Android or an iPhone or whatever, right?
Well, you don't need to hear about that anyways now because...
Yeah.
Well,
you don't have to. Yeah. And there's no skips, dude. It's not like fucking SoundCloud or Pandora and that bullshit. So if you've never tried Amazon Music Unlimited, now's a great time. For a limited time, new customers can try Amazon Music Unlimited free for 30 days. No credit card required. Just go to Amazon.com/DrinkinBros. That is Amazon.com/DrinkinBros to try Amazon Music Unlimited free for 30 days. Amazon.com/DrinkinBros. Renews automatically. Cancel anytime. Terms apply. I love that voice. I love getting to do that voice from time to time. Next up, Democrats are working on preventing the GOP from investigating the Biden administration. House Democrats have been quietly changing the language of the House rules to essentially block Republicans from using a resolution inquiry. Now, a resolution inquiry is a tool that allows lawmakers to formally request information from the executive branch, which relevant committees are required to act on within 14 days. Resolution inquiries are less powerful than a subpoena, but act as one of the few investigative tools at the disposal of the minority party and can be used to force the majority to take a public stance or vote on certain issues. Why is this happening, Dan, so quietly?
well, you know,
Government reasons?
yeah. I mean, it's happening quietly because Republicans suck. They're just disorganized and stupid, to be honest. They're not good at anything. other than here in Texas and a few other states that have passed constitutional carry, that's at the state level. When's the last time you heard any fucking real groundswell of support for the Second Amendment come from the majority of the GOP, either in the Senate or the Congress? Because the left has been trying to pass assault weapons bans and all kinds of other bullshit for years, since the fucking 90s, right?
Right.
When's the last time that Republicans have stood up and passed like pro-gun legislation? Crickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
they fucking
can't name it.
suck
I
at their
can't name
job. They suck at their job. One of the reasons that the left is so powerful right now and their fucking bullshit has permeated through culture so much isn't just because the Gen Z people suck and blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's got to be part of it, but it's because Republicans fucking suck.
Yeah.
They're really bad. The only thing they're really good at is making money for their fucking war buddies. That's it.
The one thing that I can't figure out, and again, I'll go back to what I said earlier, where you're handed all of these gifts to get the left out if you want to, is who is the real leader of the Republican Party right now? And I don't know who that is. And I don't know who the face of it is.
There is no leader.
And I think that's part of the problem is there isn't a prominent voice who is out in front who is saying, all right, we got to come together and do X, Y, and Z to get to the next level. But there isn't anybody.
The Democrats have been trying to accomplish things like Obamacare and taking guns away from people and all this other horse shit over the last couple of years. Republicans, starting with Newt Gingrich, have just been trying to fucking distract people, right, with their magician's patter so Dick Cheney and his buddies can become more billionaires than they already are.
Yeah.
Right? They haven't done shit for this country in a long-ass time, man. And the fact that people keep voting for Republicans is beyond me. Like, I understand all the arguments about not voting Democrat as well. Obviously, I fucking hate those assholes. But the idea that people still vote for Republicans and say that they're, and even say that they're, the phrase rhino, Republican in name only, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, you're not voting for the...
Like somehow Republicans, like the standard is Republicanism. No, the standard is right. And sometimes Republicanism gets it right, and sometimes the opposite side of the Democratic Party gets it right. And somewhere in the middle, not really in the middle like that, but somewhere the conversation between the right and the left, between the masculine and the feminine, between the fucking the worker and the social engineer, somewhere in between there, usually you can find the answer to most problems. But instead, the left has just been trying to push all left without any kind of fucking nuance or not wanting to have any kind of conversation at all and wanting to restrict people's rights to talk about it. And the right has just been trying to distract people so they can fucking reach into their pocket. And that is your system of government.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this here, and it says, in an interview with CNN, Republican Rep. Michael McCall. Now, and that's where I'm going to stop before I read his quote, because I don't know who that is. And you should. If you're looking to make a huge dent in the next election or 2022, look, I would have said Matt Gaetz. He's clearly had his own fucking issues now, and that's not the dude who's going to do it, right? I would have said Nikki Haley. I haven't heard a fucking word out of her in forever, though. Have you?
Right. No, I haven't. She's probably hiding from all this and developing a plan. Like the later you can announce your candidacy for something, the better. Mm-hmm. Because people can't fucking start doing Oppo research immediately, and you don't peak too soon. There's a lot of reasons to do that.
She has quietly dumped a bunch of money into Iowa behind the scenes, clearly prepping some form of run potentially, or either that or just checking the temperature there of what the Iowans, is it Iowans?
It is.
Yes, what the Iowans think about her. And for whatever reason, that state seems to be a bellwether state for all this shit.
Well, it's where the first...
Yeah, it's not a bellwether at all.
It's the Iowa straw poll.
Okay, got it. Well, because it was that poll that was released about Joe Biden's approval ratings being the lowest ever was from Iowa. Like Iowans, 31%. That's the lowest approval ratings Iowans have thought about a president in forever. And I'm like, why Iowa?
It's all bullshit. Trump didn't win Iowa. Biden didn't win Iowa.
It's also not even a real state.
Yeah, it's the Iowa stuff's bull.
I've been there.
It's just
it is a real state.
No, it doesn't
I
exist.
recognize Iowa as a real state.
So do I.
No.
I'm with you.
No.
I was there. I enjoyed it.
You don't know where you were. You got on a plane and it landed. Were you following? Were you
True.
Tracking GPS the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
time.
no
it
idea.
was late at nights, but
Even if you were tracking GPS, they made that shit up. So this Republican representative, McCall, is saying that the Democratic leadership has erased a rule that, or suspended rather, a rule that's centuries old in the House. That's true. It is centuries old since the very beginning. And it's all to protect Biden from scrutiny. But is anybody surprised by this? The reason they're doing this and not using the nuclear option right out of the gate is it's a fucking test balloon. You start fucking with shit and see how pissed off people get about it. And if they don't get pissed off, you do more shit. That's how it works. And this should be no surprise to anyone. We have a foreign head of state trying to ask the American media a question or answer American media's questions. And even he gets shouted down by the Biden press team. Right?
Yeah.
Did you hear this whole scene play out?
Yeah.
Like he's going to start taking questions and they're like, it's like 40 different women's voices yelling that, we're not doing that right now. Thank you for coming out. Just trying to say as many pleasantries in a row, but as loud as you can to disrupt that scene. And that is a good fucking analog for what's happening here. They come at you with a smile on their face, give you a hug, and then while they're reaching their arms around you, they reach into your wallet and they take your fucking money. You know what I mean? Politicians are cunts.
I don't even know which state this McCall guy is from.
Don't care. They're all cunts. I'm sure he's a giant cunt too.
Might be. Speaking of that, you can buy All Politicians Are Cunts on our website at drinkinbros.com. The merch store is live. We get a ton of stuff in there right now. And it is all stocked up. We're actually, our merch company is out of 85 Supplies out of Nashville. We're going to meet with those guys on Saturday.
Yep.
But we got everything, all the hats, all the sweet $40 hats from the joke of back in the day are in there. And these flex fits are comfortable as shit.
Yeah, it's all I wear.
Same. And they got here's the beauty of it too, is they got a snapback on the back, but it's like a flex fit. And those are rad. And then the stickers, everything is stocked in the store. And go to drinkinbros.com. Get your merch, dude. Support us. Even these shirts right here. Boom.
Yeah.
There's Pornhub shirts are up there. Next up, as new strains.
Nope, skip it.
Whoa.
This is about COVID. I don't care about that shit anymore.
I like it.
We're running long. And by the way, the old, one of the old fucking directors of this horse shit said today that it looks like Delta's going to be the last serious strain, but we're not out of the woods yet. Like, you have to admit a little bit of truth and then still scare people a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, how fucking like, oh, man, it's over. Well, it's not, never say it's over, man. Like, just shut the fuck up. This other story about Facebook is much more compelling to me.
Yeah, Facebook is caught picking and choosing who rules are applied to. Not that that's a big shock. An oversight board at Facebook is currently reviewing a system the company has been using to exempt elite users from terms and conditions applied to most users. I wonder if I'm one of them. I'm kidding, I'm not. I'm buried on there. The semi-independent I like how it's semi-independent oversight board will review the company's X-Check system, which is an internal program used to exempt high-profile users from some or all of the company's rules. The decision follows an investigation by the Wall Street Journal that revealed that posts made by famous users, such as celebrities, politicians, and journalists, are reviewed by a separate system. The report has renewed attention to the seemingly inconsistent way Facebook has chosen to enforce rules in the past and created further demand for transparency and independent oversight of the company. According to the investigation, some users are whitelisted. Ooh, they're using our race now, meaning they are subject to no enforcement actions after the review, while others are allowed to post material that directly violates Facebook's rules. For example, the X-Check system allowed Brazilian soccer player Neymar to post nude pictures of a woman who had accused him of rape. Is that true? Shit.
I doubt they did it for that reason, but he was whitelisted, which means, so if you post any picture, it goes through a scan, right? I guess, for lack of a better phrase, it's just it scans it for nudity, right? So it's like facial recognition technology, but now it's applied at a much higher level, and it looks for certain words. Like, you notice you post an image, even if you scribbled out the word vaccine on it, that little COVID fucking warning is going to show up at the bottom of your Instagram shit. That's how it happens. People that are whitelisted, it goes through without any kind of review.
Ah, shit, dude.
So you can post whatever the fuck you want. Now, they also have a system of high-level executives in the company reaching out to people and saying, hey, we need you to take that down, but not actually taking it down themselves.
Sure.
There are some people that only Sandberg and Zuckerberg could reach out to as well from this Wall Street Journal report. And this, it's another one of those things where a lot of people have written it off to conspiracy theories. The idea of being shadow banned on social media platforms. This isn't the smoking gun. This is the goddamn house on fire. Like this is, if there is a whitelist, that means there are gray and blacklist as well. Blacklist being your shit's not getting out no matter what. Gray list being we're gonna fucking over apply the rules to you. Anything like if it's if you're in a certain subsection of users, right? And they could do that easily by just filtering you in with a little click.
Yep.
Just you create the group, and this is the list of rules that apply to this group. Like they only 3% of their audience gets to see their shit. We're not sending out notifications on time like YouTube does to us, et cetera, et cetera. All of this shit is real, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're not, this is a big step for Texas specifically, because right now with this evidence, Greg Abbott has the ability to subpoena the records of who is and isn't in these groups. And if in any way it is down political lines, he can now fucking fine them an exorbitant amount of money.
Yeah.
And that's what he should do.
Look, this is not surprising whatsoever, man. And this is going to keep happening because they don't care. Facebook has enough money that they don't give a shit. Same with Apple. Apple's going to do all this fucking antitrust, fucking app manipulation, battery manipulation bullshit forever because they have endless money for these fines, and it doesn't really matter. Unless you shut one of these motherfuckers down, this is going to continue. So I don't think Facebook gives a shit. And this certainly isn't surprising to me.
No, and even if the government of Texas fined them, I mean, we saw what Bill Gates did in '98 when he was getting fined for antitrust. He basically told the federal government to go fuck itself. They were going to fine him $1 million a day.
A day, yeah.
And he's like, all right,
great.
cool. That's going to take you 60 years to make a dent in my current personal net worth.
Yeah.
So good luck,
Yeah.
dude. Obviously, that's not going to fucking happen. So I don't know where they go with all this stuff, but we can at least stop pretending that it's not real. Anybody that tells you that, like Jerry Nadler saying Antifa is not real, we could see that they are.
Sure.
Right? These people saying that the left isn't trying to suppress free speech, we can see that they are. Even in the Congress, they're doing it, right? To other members of Congress, not just to people. Are people distorting reality in the press, the media? Of course they are. Don Lemon is talking about how we should shun people now. Like, oh, we shouldn't even give hospital beds to these people. Let's get them out of here. By the way, classification like that, one of the stages of genocide. It seems really hyperbolic to be having these conversations. Like, oh my God, this is, I posted something about it on Instagram the other day. I'll read you the quote in case you don't use that shitty platform because I think it's an important quote. Modern society has made the tragic mistake of judging all authoritarianism by the examples of the 20th century, communism and Nazism primarily. Anything that doesn't rise to the level of millions of targeted deaths can't possibly be authoritarian by this measure, right? So we've started at the wrong place. And now we're trying to compare everything to what happened then. But we should be comparing it, we should be comparing it to what happened not in 1939 through 1945, but what happened from 1929 until 1933. That's the period in Germany we should be looking at. But the standard is not oppression. We don't start from oppression and see how far away we can get. We start at liberty. And every inch we creep away from liberty is a step in the direction of authoritarianism. So instead of discussing how close we are to oppression and trying to make these examples, well, this is a lot like Nazism or this is a lot like this, we should be looking at fucking liberty and determining how far we've come from there and how far we're fucking willing to go. And then what we're willing to do to get back to where the fuck we're supposed to be.
It's going to be a long goddamn time. I can tell you that.
Well, we'll see.
No, I mean, look, when you have endless money like this, they don't fucking care. Unless you do something drastic. Now's the point of the show. We get to the Drinkin' Bro of the Week, which is someone who has inspired you or helped you become the person you are today. That is also on drinkinbros.com. So the merch store is on there, and so are the submissions. And we also have a listener in studio here today who popped in behind the board. Dan can't see him back there. But this one was, it says, hey guys, I have a Drinkin' Bro of the Week. I asked our dear friend High and Angry on the message boards here. JJ lost his father yesterday, and we'd like to give him a shout out, or maybe tell him how much we're thinking of. Absolutely, man. A lot of these people who are in the chat and that we know personally, and oddly enough, because we've been doing this for so long, we feel like we do know you guys and like our family. Like,
Well, a lot of them we've actually met in person
yes,
as well.
and we know you by your usernames. Some people I only know by their usernames, where it's like, I don't know your real name because I see it in here every single day. So yes, cheers. We are thinking about you, and sorry you're going through that. It's extremely difficult, and we love you. Also, we have a listener in studio. Come on in, dude. Pop on in. I saw you pop in behind. There you go. Go that way. There you go. And we appreciate you stopping by. Again, if you're in the Austin area and just want to pop by, we'll just throw you on the show. Welcome, dude. Just put the mic like an inch. There you go. Boom.
On the face.
And then you can see yourself on there. Look at that.
Can I look at somebody else?
You're an attractive human. You're looking at yourself now on the monitor. That's
Yeah.
nice. What's your name?
Shannon
What's your last name?
Davis.
How hard has it been growing up with the name Shannon?
Well, luckily I was the biggest kid in class most of the time, so it made it a little
So
easier.
you were like, fuck you guys, dude. Yeah. Come at me with the Shannon bullshit.
No, it's give me a good sense of humor.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet, man.
Mental scarring, they called it getting character back in the day, but
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with some good old-fashioned bullying, you know?
Yeah,
You got to
I
learn how to
agree.
deal with it. Otherwise, fuck.
That's why my nose is crooked.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I told this story because I was out at dinner. I think Dan was with me, Dan and his girlfriend. There's like a little playground attached to whatever. His kid was picking on my child. And he looked at me like, Dad, and I was like, nah, bro, you got to
Give it a try.
take him down. Yeah. And he did. And then the kid, he choked him out, and then the kid ended up becoming his friend. He was in jiu-jitsu, so it's like, he was 6 at the time. Whatever, man. How long have you been listening to the show?
I started around episode 5, but had to catch up on pegging, so listen to the first episode.
Pegging Explained.
But yeah, around episode 5.
No shit. You're an old school homie.
Old school, yeah.
Yeah. Did you write into the DMs?
Yeah, I had, yeah.
Yeah. Because we tell people, hey, man, if you're
Yeah,
here,
actually, I
just
hit you
pop
guys
on
the
in.
other day. That's how I was trying to. I've been here for about a month or so, just in town, just temporarily, and hit you guys up and be like, "Yeah, come on by."
It's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you help yourself to any
Yeah.
booze or anything?
No, I just walked in the door. I was like, "Am I okay here? Like, I can just start grabbing stuff."
You
Like,
can do whatever you want
Everybody
in there,
just
really,
like, I
shit.
walked in. Rob gave me a seat, and I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah. That's how it is.
really is." how you
Exactly
act,
like the
so.
show. I told you.
I would have offered you a drink, but we were about to start so quickly.
Yeah, no.
But go
Yeah.
get a drink anytime you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to grab one here and send some emails after this is over. But whenever anybody pops in, we like to give you guys the opportunity to shout out your own Drinkin' Bro of the Week. Who is someone that you'd like to give the Drinkin' Bro of the Week to?
I mean, it's the cliche. It's always got to be my parents. So Dad, he passed away a few years ago, but Mom, both of them were pretty tough team. So.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it's always the parents. That's what it is. For
You
me,
married?
so. Yeah. Married 8 years and a month or so.
Oh, nice. You got any kids?
No, just dogs.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not going the kid route, huh?
Nah.
No shit.
No.
All right. What's the reasoning? I'm always curious when
Yeah.
people don't want to have kids.
It's
Like
Always
Delco
has-
Dan doesn't want to have
Not
kids.
giving up
and
on your dreams.
I was going to
I always
say.
hate I always hesitate because like
What
I
are your
completely am.
dreams, you fucking hobo? What?
Oh, I get to do whatever I want for the rest of my life. That sounds pretty dreamy.
Yeah, no, I always like. Well, I don't want to bring a kid in this world, but I don't blame anyone for giving it. I'm just like, I've lost a little hope. I'll fight it out
know.
myself, but I just.
know. That's the tough part, right? Because I was talking to my wife about this and my parents, and for me personally. So here's where I'm at, right? Either you're worried about bringing them into this world and how fucked up it is, or you want to bring more in, so you have your own little army and team, and it's just like, all right, great, we can help each other out, maybe try to change shit. Who fucking knows? And like, my wife and I have been in a debate of whether or not to have more children. Just simply because it's like, dude, if let's say this fucking COVID bullshit comes back or some other fucking China bullshit comes back again, right? And everybody's locked inside. I was grateful to have 2 kids during that, where it was like, all right, there was endless entertainment. We entertained ourselves and did all the things, and we had fun. If I was just on my own, I mean, you guys were probably getting ready to fucking fire some shotguns into the air.
Nah, we're pretty good. Like, it was
Nah, we were having crazy sex and everything.
I've got a lot of friends
dude.
that have kids, and they were like, "Oh, I just want quiet." And I'm like, I've got plenty. Just
Yeah, of course.
so but I get it. It's just not.
No, but I understand
me.
your side too. Yeah. Delco Dan, though. Yeah, I mean, look, giving up on your dreams. What else is your dream? What are you going to play in the PGA?
Nah, don't worry about it.
Senior tour?
Nah.
Do you have a private dream that we don't know about?
Nah.
Yeah, Dan, off camera, you're not allowed to have private dreams.
It's a right to work state. I can have private dreams.
By the way, you can catch Delco Dan in Nashville this weekend. He will be with us. Bob's going to stay home with his loser kid. Whatever.
You don't know he's a loser?
Yeah, we
don't know.
Yeah,
we don't
Pretty
know.
cool.
We don't know. We don't know that yet,
Keeps
Bob.
dumping on my wife. That's tight.
All right. Also, download Softcore History. Those guys' podcast is great, and it keeps climbing the charts. And with us, just go to iTunes, rate and review the show for Drinkin' Bros podcast. It really, really fucking helps with the goddamn advertisers and all that shit. And it keeps us in the top of the charts. We've been on the iTunes charts now for 6 consecutive years. And a lot of that has to do with like ratings on iTunes and all that other stuff. So we're unbelievably grateful. And Shannon, we're unbelievably grateful to our listeners, people that keep popping by. Although you're not wearing our merch today. I mean, that was super fucked up. You can change that by going to drinkinbros.com and atoning for your sins. So proud of you. Thanks for stopping by today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And to everybody else who popped by the old YouTubes, we're about to hit 89,000. So when we hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, this is true. A listener sent in a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle. What would you say? Probably a $1,500 bottle, that thing? Yeah. I've had it before. It's great. But to celebrate our 100,000 subscribers, what we're going to do is we're going to make mixed drinks with it live on air. So we're going to have, who said that?
Holly won't do it.
Dan says he won't do it off camera. The rest of us will. I'm going to go with a whiskey sour, I think.
Yeah, I'm doing a whiskey sour for sure.
We'll do whiskey sours, and then Delco, what are you doing? What are you going to do for it?
For that?
Yeah, for the mixed drink with a Pappy Van Winkle live on
Probably
air.
some water, right? Yeah. Dilute it. Yeah.
You could go with the good old fashioned whiskey and water with just a ton of the crushed cubes, you know, not even like the cubes,
Just like
the
a
crushed.
designer cube, yeah.
Oh, a Captain and yeah, dude. Get some, Sean. I can see you going disgusting with it, dude. Throwing a tab in there instead of a Coke. He's gonna put mayonnaise and yeah, mayonnaise. Ugh. We'll do all of the things, and we will finish the bottle live
You know
on
what?
air.
I'll do it for Chuck. I'll throw a bang energy in there.
Pappy and Bang, dude. What if that becomes the new thing? Bartender, I'll have a Pappy and Bang. Great. That'll be $108, sir.
Yeah, we call that the new money.
That'd be great. New money is Pappy and Bang, dude. Yeah. So let's look. Just get us to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I don't even give a shit if you watch YouTube. Let's just do it for that. Just for the Pappy Van Winkle mixed drink. Cocktail night. That'll be a blast. Thanks for tuning in. If you're in the Nashville area, we will be there. Georgia, Vandy, Saturday morning, tailgating live from the stadium. Last Row Lopez, Delco, Tailgate Legends will be there. Eric Tansey and Boston Joe. Sunday will be a live Drinkin' Bros podcast with all of our friends there from the Titans game at the Tennessee Titans game in Nashville. And come booze with us. Obviously, since Last Row Lopez is going to be there, you know you can get tickets in the last row for like $50 and come rage with everybody. And you're good to go there. Tickets are available on drinkinbrostickets.com. What's that?
Should we post where Lopez tickets are going to be ahead of time?
Oh, should we post? Yeah,
No,
actually.
no. You gotta make it A game, right?
A game.
It's
You
like
got to.
fucking Where's
Oh, that's right.
Waldo?
You got to find Lopez, and then he buys you a beer. That's the gig.
It's not going to be hard. If there's
At this
one
Vandy game,
stadium
it's not
to
gonna be
fucking
hard.
Figure that out.
No,
We're gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
You know what? I sent you your tickets yesterday. Hang on, let me find out. I'll tell you where they are. We'll do it for the Georgia Vanderbilt game. The tickets are $40. So if you want to go and rage in Nashville, row 65, section G, seats 23 through 26. You're good to go. Find him. Find Lázaro Lopez. He'll buy you a beer, and that'll be a goddamn party on Saturday. Looking forward to that, and then you'll see him at the Titans game on Sunday. Thanks for being here, kids. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good night, everyone.